Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius May 23, 2022. This is a time for tuning into goals that feed your need to feel more connected with the world around you. Reaching out to others is one way of seeking out more emotional satisfaction, and another way involves focusing on some of the dreams and hopes dearest to your heart. Mercury begins its transit of your solar 8th house today. You'll be making plans and formulating strategies rather than jumping too quickly into action. It's an excellent time to sort out trouble areas or mediate and negotiate better relations, finances, support, and life strategies. You may be doing more troubleshooting than usual, and you're very successful at this task during this cycle. It's an active period for deeper thinking and understanding, and it's a generally good time for intimate conversations or consultations. You may be doing some valuable research or investigation. Single or already attached, today's astro weather is nothing short of ironic. For instance, the moon will make its monthly debut in mischievous Aquarius and your experimental 11th house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world, which means you're more prone to prioritizing your individual freedom at this time. Mingling and schmoozing with someone in your social circle? The moon will simultaneously square off with bountiful Jupiter via your intimate 8th house of sex, mergers, collaborations, and soulmate connections, which means that despite your innate desire to socialize, a part of you is still craving something deeper. How about a bit of both? Now is the time to intuitively navigate your new fiscal plans and ideas. While Mercury was in Aquarius throughout the last few weeks, you could have been negotiating unique contracts, partnerships, and deals. Now that Mercury has left Aquarius for Pisces, you could navigate those conversations with intuition. Ask yourself what feels like a good opportunity that could transpire a fantastic payoff or lead to considerable resources. Your gut feeling could play a role in figuring out what is worth committing then following through with. Use this transit to be hopeful yet realistic. Held back by a retrograde phase, Mercury finally returns to your financial sector and with perfect timing. Not only will Mercury be here ahead of next week's full moon that will energize both sides of the financial fence, but just as he returns with the smart head for money that can start turning a sense of what's possible into a game plan. Your social life is due to suffer some turbulence. You feel put down by friends and family or even get into arguments with them. Take a critical look at yourself. Perhaps you are asking too much of your loved ones. Hold back a little and resolve the issues by talking to them instead of trying to have your own way all the time. Contact a friend, especially if it's someone you used to be very close to and have lost touch with recently. Whatever you do, make sure to stay connected. A tendency to rush into romance scares off potential candidates for your love. Such a forceful approach can have an adverse effect on the person you desire. If you're not looking for rejection, try to develop a gentler and serene attitude, then those you meet find you to be a far more attractive proposition to date. Part of your nature is to see both sides of an issue. Another part of your nature is to be blind to the issue altogether because you have overextended yourself. In other words, the real issue can sometimes get lost in the many perspectives you are able to see. This is why routine is so vital to your sign, routine in the most basic sense. Try to strengthen your routine by exercising every day and planning your meals ahead of time. Spontaneity should fall within structure. If there's a relationship in your life that has been causing your grief, this might be the time to walk away. As tough as this can be in the best of circumstances, there is strength to be had in the vibration that is in the air today. Not every relationship you develop is meant to last a lifetime. Try to find the best approach to the specific situation, and then do what you must. Take time later to be good to yourself. The moon's last visit to your relationship sector before Saturn's retrograde turn here comes just as moving into his final 2 weeks in direct motion he is already slowing down. Saturn is the planet that is acting as an anchor for your relationships, giving you something solid that you can draw on when you need to feel grounded. As well as a chance to become more emotionally engaged and connected, an alignment with Saturn will give you a read on his call for a slow and more deliberate approach to all your relationships. The moon's monthly visit to your relationship sector was always going to be a valuable chance to check in, but it is the timing that makes this more than just a chance to become more emotionally engaged. The moon is here during the sun's first and Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day in your friendship sector, and this is creating a lot of support for friendship and relationship building. Our eyes in the sky. The Pisces moon links up with wild card Uranus this morning, which can start the day with a jolt of energy. Your emotions might not be the most predictable right now, so take some time to do a grounding meditation or stretch before you continue with the day. Luckily, the energy here doesn't meet with much conflict, so any surprises that land in your lap are likely to be good ones. Unfortunately, we begin to see some cosmic conflict as the morning continues to unfold. Aspects could make us feel as though our emotions are being repressed, and staying on top of your typical routine could prove to be difficult. If you're having difficulty with time management, remember to be gentle and patient with both yourself and others. You might also find that people are more standoffish now, but it's important that you not take this personally. It likely has nothing to do with you. Watch out for emotional spending right now as well, and don't blow your budget if you find yourself perusing your favorite retail websites. Luckily, the energy is much more easygoing as evening rolls in. You have an opportunity to relax and release any stress or tension that occurred during the day. In the morning, the Pisces moon sextiles Jupiter in Pisces, an influence of harmony and good cheer. Our chief need is to experience comfort and to comfort others, making this an ideal time to gather with friends. We can additionally smooth over conflicts with coworkers and bosses, as long as we are not on deadlines that require us to move very fast. In money or relationships, we may be on the receiving end of a lucky break. This inspires us to give back, offering others a helping hand or lending support to a charitable project. Creative and spiritual activities, as well as getting out into nature, are also encouraged now. Later in the morning, the moon sextiles the Pisces sun, continuing the day's good vibes. All seems right with the world. The stars are aligned. Everything is working in our favor. Matters fall into place with less resistance. In fact, this is the message of this transit. We achieve more when we get out of our own way and let the universe do its thing. Friendships act as confidence boosters, facilitating this low-pressure energy. Loved ones support us for showing up and striving to be our most open-hearted, compassionate, and creative selves. This influence engenders intimacy, helping us to feel safe expressing our unorthodox opinions, unpopular beliefs, or rebellious inclinations with those who stimulate us intellectually and romantically. Venus in Gemini enjoys variety and diversity, and the people we connect with now won't be scared away by our weirdness, those qualities we tend to hold back or hide from public view due to our fear of censure. Subsequently, we feel gratified that we can be our truest selves. This is an ideal transit for parties or social gatherings, meetings of the mind that result in meetings of the heart.